He is willing to do anything to manipulate her to act in the way he desires, apparently blind to the way his means make the accomplishment of his goal impossible. And while his manipulations get him some immediate results, he finds that the things he wants the most elude him.
Are you ready to do your duty for Rome?
Yes, Father.
You will not be emperor.
Commodus is such a fantastic villain because he is worthy of our pity. He's genuinely trying. We have all met these kind of people who seek so earnestly to succeed, but have had their perceptions warped to think they can write their own rules for obtaining success.
My decision disappoints you?
You wrote to me once, listing the 4 chief virtues. Wisdom, justice, fortitude, and temperance. As I read the list, I knew I had none of them. But I have other virtues, Father.
The story of Cain and Abel, the archetypal story of the hostile brothers, tells us what happens next. When the older brother finds his offerings rejected by God, instead of accepting his responsibility for his failings, instead of cursing himself, he casts blame on everything else, including existence itself and everyone in it. He curses God, and he curses his brother, who stands as a gleaming accusation of everything he is not.
My brother hates all the world, and you most of all.
Because your father chose me.
No. Because my father loved you. And because I loved you.
Beyond simply cursing his ideals, he seeks to destroy them. In Gladiator's version of the story, Commodus succeeds in destroying his father and attempts to destroy Maximus as well. But not just destroy him, he wishes to destroy Maximus's spirit by making Maximus suffer in the most acute way possible. Because Maximus had stolen the love of the people from whom Commodus most desired it, Commodus would take from Maximus the love of those he most cared about. Those who feel pain most exquisitely know exactly how to produce it in others. Maximus loses everything: his family, his home, his health, his position, and his people. Everything that is except his character. And here's where the story gets especially interesting. Maximus is beat down, a shadow of his former self. The story wouldn't be believable unless it were so.
I knew a man once. A noble man. A man of principle who loved my father. And my father loved him. This man served Rome well.
That man is gone. Your brother did his work well.
And yet, when pressed, aspects of his former character awaken. And just as before, those around him can't help respect that which commands respect.
That's enough for the moment. His time will come. Next.
Having to construct himself anew, Maximus initially lives merely for the ideal of survival. Maximus is made to fight in the gladiator arena, where his supreme competence once again becomes apparent. And people again rise to their feet in honor of that supreme competence. Maximus despises what he's being made to do in the arena and calls out the crowd for their warped taste for blood.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And still, they cheer him. Learning that his capability could earn him the chance to be presented in front of the emperor, now his hostile brother Commodus, Maximus's ideal turns from survival to revenge.
I too want to stand in front of the emperor.
As word of his ability grows, admiration begins to grow, and the men around him,
Any part of this, go back to your cells.
We wait here for you, Maximus.
and even in youth, the nephew of the emperor. This is the story of Joseph of Egypt, the story of how when you try to destroy the ideal man, and even thrust him into slavery and the lowest dungeon, an eventual and inevitable collision of opportunity with competence will rocket him back to the top, because of a certain attitude that kind of man possesses toward life.
Anyone here been in the army?
Yes. I served with you at Vindabona.
You can help me. Whatever comes out of these gates, we've got a better chance of survival if we work together. Do you understand? If we stay together, we survive.